Hello and welcome back to World Traveler Cooking. Today we will do another one in the series of things you can eat with Swedish pancakes. This is another recipe I got off the Eco website. It is in Swedish. Again, this should be seen as sort of a contemporary Swedish cuisine, sort of in the way that cooking light would be seen as modern American cuisine. And this dish is called Räksalsa med Gurka. That translates to shrimp salsa with cucumber. Obviously, if you're trying to parse this with English words or Spanish words, it doesn't work, right? So this is something that is pretty clearly Mexican inspired or South American inspired, perhaps inspired by some of the shrimp ceviche dishes, which of course all use cooked shrimp. Or it may be inspired by some other dishes, but it is very definitely Swedish in its construction and its spicing options. So I have one ingredient I haven't brought out, and that is that I will be using some shallots. The recipe calls for red onion. I don't have red onion. I will use shallots instead. So the ingredients are, of course, shrimp, some shallots, about the equivalent to half of a red onion, whatever that means. Dill because it's Swedish. Coriander because it's Mexican inspired. Optionally, you can add some Tabasco sauce. The Eco website says quite helpfully, although Tabasco sauce is neither Swedish nor Mexican. And we will add lime juice and lime zest. We will add some salt and pepper. We will add cucumber. I haven't decided how much yet. And if this avocado is still good, I will add the avocado as well. Yeah, so that's it. Let's go ahead and get started. First I'm going to count up my shallots. Probably a good size handful. If I were using European shallots, maybe 2. I guess I'll probably be like 8 to 10 Indonesian shallots. I'll get them peeled and away we'll go. In goes the lime zest and the juice of both limes. You know, I'm not taking the shell out in between. That's just because these are pretty small, and so I want them to create a little bit more pressure on each other to better squeeze out the juice. So for the last one, I'm going to put it on the bottom, and I'll put 2 of these on top to kind of create a better buffer. Alright, at this point I'm going to stir this up so that these flavors can merge more nicely, and then I will start adding the seasonings, and finally I will add the cucumber at the end, because the cucumber won't add so much seasoning, it'll just absorb a little bit. In goes the dill, and again I will stir it up here. In goes the cilantro, also known as coriander leaf. And this is looking very crowded with seasonings. Hopefully it will look less so once I add the cucumber. So in goes the first cucumber, and then I'm going to take a look. I'm going to stir it around, decide whether I'm adding my avocado. Yeah, this is looking much better. Don't think I want any more cucumber than that. These cucumbers in Indonesia are a little smaller, so I'm using a whole one instead of half. And I have a little more shrimp than the recipe called for, so that's looking good. I'm going to check my avocado, and then we'll decide whether to throw that in. So I'm going to start with something like a half a teaspoon of salt. And a fair bit of a generous portion of freshly ground black pepper. we'll stir this up and taste it. This is actually looking really nice. A little more black pepper. And I think a little more salt. So for 500 grams of shrimp, I'm closing in on pretty close to 2/3 to 3/4 of a teaspoon. You could add a whole teaspoon if you wanted. Tasting again. I think that's going to be good. So next up we'll do construction and then the taste test. So you have a pancake. We are going to just put some of this in the middle. I'm going to spoon a little bit of the lemon juice on top. And then for those who want to, you can add a dollop of sour cream on the top. Well, that didn't end up on the top. Let me fix that. And if you like, you can just sprinkle a little bit of Tabasco sauce on it. Here we have a Swedish burrito, I guess. At any rate, this is what I have. We'll take a picture of it and then we'll do the taste test. Alright. And now for the taste test. I'm just going to fold it over like I did before. And then I'm going to cut sort of a cross section out of the middle so we get all of the components. This is delightfully refreshing. What you get is basically a shrimp salad with all the lime aspects and the cucumbers. It tastes like summer. It tastes like Swedish summer even. I guess that's how I describe it. Yeah, this is very, very nice. I like it very much. I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend making it again. So if you find this content interesting, that you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have anything to say about this, please let me know in the comments. Finally, not only is the recipe that I've used in the description, I've linked to the original that I've modified. So you can go check that out. It is in the Swedish language, but Google Translate does work. At any rate, bon appetit, and see you next week.